Well, good afternoon. We are at Hale Men's Clinic, a relatively new clinic. You guys have been around how long?
A year and a half.
And it's basically for treating guys. That's why it's called men's, like us, people. And a lot of what they do is testosterone replacement therapy, but they do other things as well. So this is Dr. Chris Ferry, and
Hello.
You're also a cancer doctor.
I am a cancer surgeon. Yeah.
So you have many different jobs, and you got into this real quick for the people that haven't been around before. You got into this because your brother.
Well, originally, yeah, I got the idea from my brother, and he was asking me why I'm not testing my testosterone and on testosterone therapy, and so that's kind of how it initially started. He started way back when, over a decade ago.
And so then now you're on this.
Of course.
You're treated. And how many patients do you guys have here?
We have overall in our two clinics about 170 or so.
So you guys, they're also located in Bend. So if you know someone in Bend, and a lot of guys don't really know most guys probably don't know what their testosterone levels are.
A lot of them do, but they don't know how that fits in along the spectrum of what's good and what's bad, or if that can help them or not. I'd say probably 90% of guys don't know what their testosterone is.
What is some of the signs people have why they're coming in here?
Oh, the main thing is energy. You lose energy. You lose energy, especially in the afternoon, because it cycles throughout the day. Your testosterone's highest in the morning, and it's also related to depression and mood and anxiety. It's related to loss of muscle tone and strong muscle and gaining fat. It's a decrease in desire for intimacy and libido and all those sorts of things, but it's mainly energy.
So guys are coming in here, and when you're treating them, they're going home, and the wife's happy because, or the partner's happy because all of a sudden they feel like doing things again, and they're not just laying around on the couch, and they're willing to be active again.
Yeah, it's about getting re-engaged.
And this has worked for you too.
Yeah, it has. I've been on testosterone for a number of years, 6 years or so.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Jeremy real fast. So we got a couple of guys here. I'll show you here in the background. That's Adam over there. And we're gonna talk to Adam in a minute. This is Jeremy. So I know Jeremy from the gym. So you're 31 years old as of Saturday, right?
As of Saturday.
Happy birthday on your birthday.
Thank you.
So how did you figure out that something wasn't quite right with your testosterone?
Well, for me, it was more or less a pride putting aside. Are we gonna go over my whole story right now?
That's
Okay.
That's kind of why I'm here.
That's why we're here.
So mine all started because I noticed that I've never had a problem in the gym. I've been able to lift in the gym, but it was everything outside of the gym was really my issue, and it was my diet. I was having trouble. Weight fluctuated a lot, and just my energy. I was tired all the time, and coaching the kids' sports and working and stuff. I mean, I used to be able to keep up with that, and then all of a sudden I just started hitting this crazy slump, and I didn't know really what to do, and I was kind of skeptical about taking all the test boosters you see online with all the the male enhancement stuff and all the miracle drugs. So I decided to give Dr. Ferry a call and came and checked it out.
So what did you discover? Your testosterone level was pretty low.
It was low, and mine in particular was a lot of my free testosterone was very low.
And so you just weren't having the energy, and how have you noticed a difference? I mean, because you trimmed out a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. And what else?
Well, for me, it's my whole life, I guess, has kind of changed from it. The gym has improved. I mean, it obviously is going to, but for me, it's eating right, moods right all the time, feeling energetic. I don't hit this slump midday. At night, I can sleep normally. That was part of my other problem is I wasn't sleeping, and falling asleep or getting sleep was just a major issue for me.
So what kept you from getting help? You knew something was wrong.
Yeah, I think like most guys, we don't want to accept. We want to kind of put our pride aside and say that we don't need help. It is what it is. It's life. But for me, it was I just decided to make that change and go talk to a professional. So.
Because I think what probably what most guys are doing is I don't want people to think I'm not a man because my testosterone levels. When, as Chris has said, I love this saying, when your testosterone levels are low, especially as you're getting older, that means you are a man.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
A guy your age, that's a little bit early. Probably.
Yeah, and see, for me, I always thought
It's not early.
It's not early.
No.
Oh, okay.
For me, I always thought testosterone issues were for guys who were 40s, late 40s, 50s, and I was like,
Real
man.
old guys.
Or
in their late
60s
40s.
like me, yeah, those old guys.
You know, I was 29 when I first came and talked to Chris, and for me, and that's why it was so hard, and I think that's why a lot of younger males have such an issue, because we don't think that is very old, or think we should be having those issues.
Can I just interject?
Yeah.
Just what's so dramatic?
Hang on, guys. We're gonna go over here.
So Jeremy, obviously not a typical guy, although there's not a lot of typical guys that come in here. Everybody's relatively different. They have a different story. But what Jeremy's not telling you is that he's like an expert in nutrition. He's actually a physical specimen. He's in the gym all the time, and he actually wins weightlifting and body competitions. And he's been doing that for years. So that's not where he's getting his gains. I mean, he's already like at the basically 99th percentile there. So he's a good story in that he's getting fine-tuned. He's getting that level of energy back at the very top, changing his mood, changing his outlook, that kind of thing. But let's face it, this is a guy who's you're not going to improve much on his physical state.
Right. I mean, I saw him at the gym. He grunts and he picks up big weights and
Yeah.
does things like that. So yeah, you would, and he's not somebody I would suspect as which you can't suspect. I think you look at people and he's not.
That's exactly right.
He was not really
You don't know.
overweight to us, to most people, that kind of thing. So we got Adam here. Hold on. Now Adam's a little atypical. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So you're a successful businessman in town, and you started actually taking your own. You knew something was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a relationship with testosterone probably 20 plus years.
And that
So-
means because we all have, because we're guys.
Well,
But
I mean, okay,
I have a
I'll
very
say
strong,
synthetic.
But you mean synthetic?
Synthetic,
So you were
black
shooting
market.
it up yourself.
Yeah, I shoot it myself. It's all black market. Dr. Ferry is the first time that I ever received testosterone from a doctor, and that was about a year and a half ago.
And because when you were doing this yourself, you were having some pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, my spouse told me that if I ever did synthetic testosterone again, that she was done with me.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, there's really no control. It's completely uncontrollable. There's days where you feel like you have lightning in your veins and you feel this super rush, these super highs, but then when you crash, you become incredibly depressed, incredibly irritable. What a person does is they'll take it for 3 months and then they're off of it for 3 months. And when you come off of it, your body is producing no testosterone. Your testicles have shriveled up, and you essentially have no testosterone going through your veins. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to get motivated even to get out of bed. So that's kind of a typical rotation with testosterone. People use synthetic testosterone on their own.
So you got really angry.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that that road rage or roid rage exists. It's my kids didn't even like being around me.
And how long? So you did that for? I mean, you did that a
Well,
long.
I mean, I would do it for a couple years, and then I would stop for maybe 4 or 5 years, and then a couple years. So yeah, it's been an on and off thing.
So what do they do here? What does what the Hale
Here,
Smith-
it's always consistent. I still produce some of my own testosterone, plus I get a little boost of testosterone. I get an estrogen blocker so that I don't have nipples that swell up. And I also, we also get the HCG, which is what helps me still produce my own testosterone.
So then your testicles don't shrink either.
Yeah, that's also an unpleasant side effect.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
So you feel like normal now?
Yeah, I guess the best thing about it is I just turned 48 3 days ago, and
Happy birthday,
well, thank you.
belated.
And I feel very consistent. I'm about 95% as strong as I've ever been, and that's even doing testosterone in my 20s.
Wow.
So, and I don't know if it's a combination of my own testosterone plus the synthetic testosterone, but it is different than when I just did the synthetic testosterone. I wasn't on anything at all, but I'm about 95% as strong as I've ever been at 48.
And you're not having those mood swings or any of that kind of stuff?
No, and I'm not having any mood swings, and I'm sleeping a lot better as well.
Is that one of the big things with when your testosterone's low like that? So that's probably why I'm sleeping, huh? Not sleeping. Yeah.
Well, and I would say and when you take synthetic black market testosterone, I'm a guy who likes to sleep 8 hours a night, period. But when I'm taking the synthetic testosterone by myself, black market, I was probably only sleeping about 4.5 hours a day. And that's probably what led to my irritability and But I couldn't sleep any more than that.
And depression, is that a part of that?
Yeah, the depression is, especially when you go off a cycle, the depression is just absolutely crushing.
Now, tell me, you were talking also about, God, what were you saying? I cannot remember now. I can't remember what I was going to talk about. I just lost it. Is memory loss?
Yeah, there's another one.
So you're feeling at 48, you're feeling pretty darn good about it.
I'm feeling awesome. In fact, I went, and I work out 3 to 4 times a week, and I only work out for 45 minutes, and I only do 20 minutes cardio. So I'm not a crazy workout person, but I took my kids went, we went skiing about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I thought I was just going to be crushed, and because I haven't been skiing in 2 years, and I felt fantastic.
How much weight did you lose?
About 25 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was, do you want me to show a picture or no?
You can. Just make sure we don't get the other guy in there because we both know him, and we don't want to have somebody else outed on there.
No, I
So
won't do
we're
that.
trying to be really careful and respectful. So you get it, guys. Again, if you tag 2 people in this page in the comment section, you're going to be eligible to enter to win a Pearl Day Spa $50 gift certificate.
Okay.
And guys, you need to know how to go get a massage. It's good for you.
Okay, I'm going to show you 2 pictures.
So this is
one.
This is Adam.
Right before, and I just weighed myself this morning. I'm at 238, and so during that same trip, and this was right before I came in to see Dr. Ferry, but during that same trip, I just decided I had to do something different.
It's okay to show her.
And obviously, you can't be a 260-pound pig and keep a hot girlfriend. So that was another reason why I had to do something.
Okay, Jeremy, I know you're looking like you want to talk, so hold on. Come here. What are you thinking? Because you know what I remember? When I remember you at the gym, you did lift, but you were always kind of a little bit down.
Yeah.
And that was just your personality. That was...
No, it was just sheer exhaustion and just trying to push myself even through the exhaustion just to get through.
You're married.
Yep.
How's your what's she see?
Well, I think she sees an overall improvement. You know, I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard because I was already, if we're comparing, you know, based off of just body and like gym stuff, I mean, that's anything because I'm more pleasant to be around. I'm not exhausted all the time, and even when you're there, you're not really there, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, and that for me is more enjoyable, and I think that makes home life a lot better for everybody.
All right. You guys, thank you. Adam, thanks, man, for coming in, doing that. Jeremy. Okay, Chris, come here. You know, I'm going to have to steal this chair. I feel like a doctor. It is kind of cool. So what is a guy? You guys do free testosterone blood tests for people.
Yeah, we do.
So anybody out there that, do you get more calls from wives saying, I think my husband needs to do this?
We get quite a few.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
And so the process, insurance, does it cover, most insurance cover it?
It does. We check the levels, and a lot of insurance companies have a criteria for the level, and obviously they want it to be high. So if it's as low, you can qualify. So.
And so people, and then what does it consist of then? Do most people are you guys both getting shots once a month then? Or
once a week?
So once a week they come in to get a shot?
So a lot of guys don't because they are, you know, these guys are experts at it by this time, and they take their own medicines home and do it. Well, they come in once every 5 weeks, and we see the whites of their eyes, and they tell us their story and tell us how they're doing, and we catch up. Some guys never want to go home with it. They just want to always get it administered here. But most guys at some point take it home with them because they're busy.
Now, is that the testosterone and the other two? Is it like 3 shots? Is that 3 different things?
It's just the usual regimen. Everybody's a little different, but the usual regimen is testosterone, cypionate, HCG, which is human chorionic gonadotropin, which stimulates a man's own testicular production of testosterone. Because it mimics a transmitter from the pituitary gland, and also a anastrozole, which is a estrogen modulator. It lowers the level of estrogen slightly in your body to keep it into a normal range.
And so what other things do you guys do here? Because you don't just do testosterone. That's the major thing you do.
Yeah,
but what you do
you know what we do? We counsel guys so that they can improve in the areas of their life that they need improvement in. And some of that's weight loss. A lot of it's weight loss because guys are overweight, as many are, and women as well. But guys can lose weight on testosterone and keep it off easier than they can with a low level of testosterone, and it's quite remarkable the way that works. I'm not exactly sure how it all works, but it does work a lot better when you're on your testosterone levels back up. And so that's a big part of this clinic. I'd say about 60% of guys, that's one of their major goals is weight loss. We do vitamin supplements, we do B12, we do other things like that, and we also have nutritionists. In fact, Jeremy's a nutritionist and helps guys with meal plans and other things that fit into their life.
So there's a lot of things. We're not known as men for really paying much attention to our health.
That's right.
Women are awesome at it, and they check everything. And then a guy, I noticed this with when I had prostate cancer, is people just say, I just want to get rid of it. Just take care of it, instead of really understanding what you're doing to your body. And we want to know and understand this.
Well, women are the healthcare brokers for the household. They take care of the kids. They take care of themselves. They're used to going to the GYN doctor. Guys just stay away from the doctor at all cost, and so sometimes that's okay and sometimes it's not. But when guys come in here and we get a whole panel of laboratories and they try to understand what everything about their body's doing, and they start thinking about things comprehensively, they can really sort of take a global approach to improving their health and improving their life through that.
So you guys, I'll put the phone number at the top so you can find out how to call in and make an appointment. Do people need to make an appointment?
They don't. It's a walk-in clinic.
Okay.
They can. It's nice if they do, but it's not necessary.
So we're located, kind of, you describe this area, because I don't do it as well.
Good Pasture Island Road, across from the Kendall Motor Group on Village Loop.
Yeah, Village Loop.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what this is, a little odd section. And where are you in Bend? Because this is also, Jason is a guy in Bend.
Yeah.
Jason James is a...
We are on Upper Terrace Road. And it's, gosh, I don't have the address in front of me. Thanks for asking me that.
I'll get it. Yeah. We'll put it in there. We'll get it in there. Jason, you know where it is.
It's next to the mall.
Next to the mall. Okay. Chris, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Guys, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, you guys. So again, tag 2 people. You'll be eligible for a $50 gift certificate to the Pearl Day Spa. Sean said he'd be happy to do that. If you just aren't feeling like yourself, or you don't have the energy, you're not sleeping, Jason will tell you. This is the kind of thing you might want to check out to find out, because it's not an issue, it's just something you have to take care of. It's really pretty common anymore, and most of us don't know what our level is.
We like to call him Jeremy.
But?
We like to call him Jeremy.
Oh, I was calling Jason here.
Oh.
I think Jason, see this Jason James? No, you're fine, Chris. Jason, this is how this was. He told me, Jason has been telling me about the men's clinic in Bend.
Yeah.
And your clinic over there, and then he got me kind of hooked up that I knew you guys had a clinic here, so he's a big fan. All right, you guys, thank you. We will be at 3 o'clock at the Centennial Steakhouse today. You know, it's March Madness, and John over there grinds his own hamburger, and he's going to show us what he does, how he does it, and tell you about a special they have going throughout the month for March Madness. So that'll be 3 o'clock this afternoon, and tomorrow we're going to be going through the car wash. Tomorrow is World Down Syndrome Day, and I have a wonderful friend named Amelia Aubel who experiences Down syndrome, and she and I are going to go through the car wash, and she's going to talk to you about what it's like to live her life that way. I will promise you will love this interview. All right, Chris, again, thank you. Get yourself checked, guys. I'm going to go find out my results from my blood test a couple of weeks ago and figure out what I got to do. All right, we'll see you guys later.